Motor learning is a substantial part of our life, in tasks like sports, dance, rehabilitation, arts, or the ergonomic handling of physical load. In the real world, a teacher is always seen in the exocentric visual perspective. However, in virtual reality, a teacher can also be rendered inside the learner's body. Thus, the learner can experience the movements of the teacher from the egocentric visual perspective. The change of the visual perspective potentially influences motor learning in virtual reality. But the empirical evidence of how the change of the visual perspective influences motor learning is low. I propose an experiment that can create data to answer the main research question: how does the visual perspective influences motor learning in virtual reality? The experiment compares three visual perspectives: an egocentric visual perspective, an exocentric visual perspective, and a visual perspective that uses both of them simultaneously. In the egocentric visual perspective, the guidance visualization is located inside the learner. Thus, the learner sees the guidance visualization inside one's own body. In the exocentric visual perspective, there are 4 guidance visualizations around the learner. Additionally, a virtual copy of the learner is located inside the exocentric guidance visualizations, which allows a direct comparison of their own movements with the movements of the guidance visualization. The ego and exocentric visual perspective combines both. The guidance visualization is located inside the learner as well as outside. The task of the experiment is a unit-combined manual material handling task in which the learner interacts with a physical load and also includes locomotion. The task consists out of the 10 subtasks: lift, lower, push, pull, turn, fold, pick, place, carry, and walk. For egocentric locomotion guidance, a mechanic regulates the animation speed of the guidance visualization. The experiment assesses the accuracy of movements, the ergonomics of movements, the focus of the learner, and the subjective opinion of the participants about the visual perspective. The data of a conducted pilot study indicates that the presence of an egocentric guidance visualization increases the accuracy of movements for all subtasks and also attracts the learner's focus.